Hello, I'm Dango Rose. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you the latest news of the Peak to Peak region, in print, online, through our podcast, social media, and special publications. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area with our local journalists.
Happy May, everybody! My name is Jamie Lammers, and welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast. Today, I've got an audio library segment for you, featuring articles read by Celia Wilson from Volume 48, Issue 26 of the Mountaineer, published on Thursday, April 17th, 2025. I was hoping to get my National Poetry Month Spotlight episodes out before the month of April, but it looks like I'm going to be getting them out transitioning into the month of May. So keep an eye out over the next couple of days for Poetry Month Spotlights. If you haven't subscribed to The Mountaineer yet, then head to our website at themtnear.com and click on the subscribe button at the top right corner of our homepage to subscribe for news about the Peak to Peak area today. If you subscribe, you'll get full access to our digital archive and scanned copies of our physical newspaper. And you can choose to send a physical subscription to your mailbox or to the mailbox of someone that you love. If you want to get advertising into the paper and or podcast, then be sure to head to themtnear.com/advertise to learn about what options are available. We're also looking for new voices and DJs to join us for the Mountaineer Podcast. We're currently in Season 5, and we're always looking for new local voices. So be sure to email our Editor-in-Chief, Barbara Hardt, at info@themountaineer.com or myself at media@themountaineer.com, and we'll get something sorted for you. And now, let's get into this audio library segment.
Thrills and Spills at Noralp Schralp, April 17th. 2025, by Dave Gibson, Eldora Mountain Resort. Eldora Mountain Resort was founded in 1962 to provide skiing for Boulder area residents and to serve as training grounds for the Colorado Buffaloes ski team. Over the 63 years that Eldora has been their home mountain, the Buffs have won 21 NCAA skiing championships. The best in the nation last year, CU finished the respectable second place behind Utah this season. Every year on a Saturday in April, the team holds its annual Noralp Schralp race at Eldora to honor the CU Buffs skiing legacy and celebrate their latest campaign with fellow teammates. The twist is that Nordic and Alpine skiers must participate in each other's discipline. Even though it's a friendly get-together, as seasoned collegiate competitors with a need for speed, they still give their all. At the April 12, 2025 Schralp, one Nordic skier and one Alpine skier of opposite genders were paired as teams. Each team member was allotted 2 runs down the slalom course. Outside of their sphere of expertise, many of the Nordic skiers struggled, while Alpine skiers received a 1-second penalty each time they touched a gate. Their best times were combined to determine the winners. In the Nordic portion of the competition at the base area, the elbow-to-elbow mass start added excitement. Schralp teammates alternated laps for a total of 4 times around the abbreviated track. Nordic skiers whipped through the course with ease, and Alpine skiers did the best they could. The resulting thrills and spills entertained with smiles all around to wrap up another successful year for the Buffs. Springing into Easter, April 17th, 2025, by Mindy Leary, Gilpin County. Easter arrived early this year on Sunday, April 13th, at the Gilpin County Community Center, when over 210 community members attended the annual Egg Hunt and Dive. The free event, organized by Gilpin County Parks and Recreation, was sponsored by the Peak to Peak Rotary, which helped with the cost of candy with stuffing the eggs. Families gathered for a photo op with the Easter Bunny. There were bouncy castles to explore, craft tables to browse, and egg hunts to dive into. The little ones were not left out, with babies and toddlers gathering in the fitness studio for an age-appropriate hunt. The main event, the egg dive, was a hit for all ages. It featured floating and weighted eggs. The little ones grabbed the floating eggs in the shallow end of the pool, and the bigger kids dived for the weighted eggs sitting at the bottom. This fun event used both the activity pool and the lap pool, with all the lifeguards present and on duty. Special events coordinator Crystal Meyer said the event has happened for about 20 years and always draws a crowd. The eggs in the pool did not have candy inside. That would be a disaster, but could be traded in for fun toys, trinkets, and stuffies. Thanks go to the hardworking staff of the Gilpin County Community Center who make this memorable event a possibility every year. Gilpin girls squeak past Nederland, April 17th. Dave Gibson, Gilpin County. Whenever the Gilpin Eagles and Nederland Panthers square off in any sport, spectators can expect a close, hard-fought contest. Monday, April 14th at Gilpin County Stadium was no exception. Coming into the soccer match, the Eagles had steamrolled the opposition on their way to a perfect 7-0 mark while scoring 41 goals. Some quietly wondered whether the Panthers could keep up with Gilpin's high-powered offense. Nederland had registered 14 goals so far this year on their way to a 4-2-2 record. Despite the statistical differences, the two teams achieved victories this season in similar fashion against common opponents. Cheered on by local fans, the defenses on both teams rose to the occasion. Much of the match was played between the 30-yard lines of the field, with a couple dozen steals between the two teams. The first goal of the evening came at 22:05 of the first half. An Adele Fisher foul shot bounced off the goal's crossbar directly to Danny Sternlicht for a header and a point. It would be the only goal of the entire match. Final score, Gilpin 1, Nederland 0. After extending his congratulations to the Gilpin County Eagles, Nederland coach Luis Gonzalez offered some thoughts about his squad. "We are having a good season. I have confidence in this team. What these girls are doing game after game is incredible. I am really proud of them because they do their best in every match with passion, bravery, and honor." Gilpin Eagles head coach Sonny Vincent noted that Nederland has a strong defense and made our offense work hard. "The girls on our team know how to work together and persevere." The Panthers have 4 more matches to play this season, wrapping up with a league game on April 30th at home against Aurora West. 7 more matches remain on the Eagles' schedule, with their last home game April 30th against Front Range Christian. They then finish up on the road May 1st and 2nd against Fountain Valley, then Twin Peaks Classical. Music of the Mountains, Where to Be and What to See, April 17th, 2025. Jamie Lammers, Jamestown. At its largest, De Lovelace performs as a 7-piece group. Rob Pate on guitar and vocals, Aaron Gale Freeman on vocals, Dwayne Webster on bass and vocals, Ryan McCurry on keys, Mike McCluskey on saxophone, Nate Bitter on trombone, and Colin Mahoney on drums. Often the band plays in venues that are not big enough for the entire 7-piece to fit. To work around this, they rehearse and even perform in sections, including as duos and trios. When they can, though, they bring the whole lineup to perform ragtime, blues, original Americana, New Orleans R&B, and even Brazilian and Cuban rhythmic influences. The group has been building momentum since they started performing together in December of 2023, even recording their debut album, Great Horizon, in August of 2024. Many of the band members have other projects outside De Lovelace. with Pate releasing music on his own and playing guitar for Voodoo Lilies, and Friedman singing in a jazz combo. Pate found himself heavily influenced by ragtime from a young age, as did Friedman, who also found herself influenced by punk and grunge music in the 90s. Meanwhile, McCurry also plays MMB3 organ trio, and Webster also plays bass in the swing and gypsy jazz band Espresso. Pate admires the band's chemistry, dedication, and experience, both academically and professionally. What Pate also loves is the group's openness to improvising. The band writes and arranges songs together in a way where everyone gets to embrace their own part and how they want to play it. The process is meticulous, yet flexible, allowing for everyone to find and share their voice in the group. Pate loves that the band is able to play shows that are highly dynamic, and ultimately he hopes that the performances feel authentic and give both musicians and the audience members a great time. Clear Creek Sheriff's Office makes second arrest in connection to 2024 homicide. April 17th, 2025. By Jenny Fulton. Clear Creek County. On Friday, April 4th, 2025, Anna Frerer was booked into jail for charges in connection to the death of Paul Peavy, an Idaho Springs, Colorado resident who was the victim of a homicide in August 2024. Ms. Frerer is currently being held on charges of accessory to crime of a Class 1 or 2 felony, theft, value $20,000 to $100,000, and tampering with physical evidence. In March, after months of investigation and upon developing probable cause, investigators with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation submitted an affidavit for an arrest warrant for Ms. Frerer. The warrant was executed last week, and Ms. Frerer was extradited to Clear Creek County from Nebraska. Paul Peavy had last been heard on the night of August 19, 2024, and was reporting missing the evening of Wednesday, August 21st. His body was found by a privately organized search party on Saturday, August 24, 2024. Arrested on an unrelated warrant that same day, Sergio Ferrer remains in jail on charges of first-degree murder and aggravated robbery in connection to the homicide. Ms. Ferrer is the wife of Sergio Ferrer. The investigation into Paul Peavy's homicide is ongoing. In addition, the whereabouts of several Doberman puppies that are believed to have gone missing from Mr. Peavy's property around the time of his death remains unknown. Anyone with information about this investigation or the puppies is asked to call the Sheriff's Office tip line at 303-670-7567 or submit a tip via email at crime_tips@clearcreeksheriff.us or anonymously via the CCSO website. No additional information regarding the investigation will be provided at this time. Individuals facing criminal charges are presumed innocent until proven otherwise through the court process. Every child deserves a safe world. April 17th, 2025. Sarah Sandstrom and Lynn Hirschman. Netherlands. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. In Colorado and around the country, this is the month to shout out and shine a light on child abuse. If we do not talk about it, we cannot fix it. The Child Advocacy Center says every 11 seconds a child is reported abused or neglected in the United States. 1 in 10 children will be sexually abused before they are 18. For every incident of child abuse reported, it's estimated that 2 incidents go unreported. Hearing statistics like this is hard to comprehend and even harder on our hearts. Shying away from a difficult subject like child abuse doesn't make it go away. Silence about child abuse allows the perpetrators to continue hurting children. There are organizations who exist to help families and children. They need support because families need proactive support. Families need care and resources, not communities and services who will judge them. There are resources in Netherlands and the Peak to Peak area that help to support families and abused children. Child abuse and neglect involves physical, sexual, verbal, and emotional abuse. Please report any indication of abuse of a child to your local child welfare agencies. Blue pinwheels have become a symbol for Child Abuse Prevention Month. Please wear a blue pinwheel pin or put a larger one in your yard to indicate your support for the safety of all children.
And that's it for our show. Subscribe online to get more access to more news, weekly updates to our community calendar, and a link to our YouTube channel by visiting themountaineer.com. Be sure to use the coupon code PODCAST when subscribing for a 10% discount, only available to our listeners. If you are in the local Peak to Peak area, be sure to pick up a print edition of The Mountaineer at a local business. I'm Dango Rose. Thank you for listening.